What can we expect besides pregnancy in season 6?
Yeah, that was a big one for me. It was so fun to be in the belly the whole time. But I think it's a big season for us. For anyone that's been sticking with us these last 100 episodes, I mean, I think a lot of storylines that were there from, the pilot are really wrapping up this season in such a beautiful way. So I think the fans will enjoy checking it out.
Yeah, I think, and we kind of dive a little deeper into each character. We, for Tucker specifically, we find a little bit more about him, and he's in a different right in his LA trip, and he's in a different space mentally than he normally is. He's not his upbeat self, and
yeah, Danny. I mean, he's trying to handle his pregnant girlfriend, which is challenge enough for most people, especially Danny. But and then Ben is kind of searching still for his love, that he happened to cross at the end of the last season, and
so that's kind of
that's interwoven throughout the season. And then Melissa she's basically trying to
Brad's in prison.
Oh right.
Brad goes to jail and I'm defending him. So that's also a big storyline for Riley this year. Is not only is she hormonal and trying to hide her pregnancy, which I also think is a hot button issue. She's worried that once her boss finds out that she is pregnant, she's just gonna look like one giant case of maternity leave. So she's trying to hide her pregnancy, and on top of that, defend Mrs. Wheeler's husband. So she's kind of an emotional train wreck for most of the season.
How was it with the little girl on the set? I mean, you guys must have a ton of fun with her.
Oh yeah, they're twins.
We have twins. Oh. And the unique thing.
Not a first time.
Working with twins.
That's so weird. I keep coming back to the twin thing. Oh yeah.
They're twins all over that set.
Yeah, but it's cool this season, especially because we normally have in the past gotten new babies when it's time to start another season, and these babies have been with us now for three seasons, I guess. Wow. And so they get to grow with us, and they're given lines, and
they have a lot of lines this season.
They do,
which is cool. I think that gives there's a new life, so to
You're
speak,
really on
to
your
the show.
toes.
Yeah,
you can't kind of phone it in because they will
can't.
answer you or walk
off if they don't want to do it. No, I'm
present.
They don't know what they signed up for.
They figured out that if they say they have to go potty, they can maybe escape set for a little bit. So I'm always like, do you really have to go potty? Just fibbing.
They figured it out.
Yeah.
I do the same thing.
It doesn't work for me. They don't believe me.
No, we love our girls so much, and we're super close with their family. And I think every season we've had a new baby because I think we wanted to be able to carry them all the time and kind of be in control.
For 4 years, we wanted them to be small enough for
and
the title of the show.
We kind of left off where the previous season, we pick up right where the previous season ended, so we'd have to get new babies.
Yeah, and our little
too.
girls just really became such an integral part of the show. I mean, they started talking and doing all these things, and it's like, we cannot find another baby that does this and says hello or goodbye every time you walk in the door. And we so we really fought to keep them, and it's very. I've already been into it. They turned 4 yesterday, and I just feel so close to them, and it's like I can't wait to watch them go to high school and graduate. I love them.
Cute, man.
We just interviewed the Catch, and they had said that they contribute to some of the script and the changes with some of their input. Do you have any input on what happens on the show?
Well, we always kind of make the joke now that the lines between our characters and our real selves have been completely blurred at this point. We've been so lucky to have pretty much the same set of writers all 6 seasons, and we're really good friends with them too. So after the show on Friday night, we are all like going to the bar to celebrate or having dinner with each other over the hiatus. And oftentimes we'll come in on Monday morning and be, sit and having lunch with the writers and the crew, telling some wild story that happened. And sure enough, 2 weeks later, it's in the show.
That's familiar.
So that, I guess we input in that way by default.
Yeah.
And they're very generous with letting us improv, and of course working with Melissa Peterman, who's kind of the queen of
The queen of improv.
Third take is whatever she wants.
Third take, yeah.
So that, usually on Friday nights when we're shooting in front of the live audience, once we get it one time the way it is on the page, we kind of cut Melissa loose, and then it's like everybody just brace yourself.
What's something that you want to see your characters do before the show eventually, hopefully in a long time, ends? Obviously give birth.
Yeah, that happens.
That happens.
That does
You'll
happen.
see a baby.
So that was something that I definitely wanted this season. Once we established that Riley was pregnant, I wanted to see it through and not leave it on a cliffhanger, so you do get to meet our baby. And that was a really emotional day.
It was a super emotional scene for sure.
We
We
had
had a 13-day-old baby.
Which was the scariest thing ever.
Our set's never been that quiet. Ever. Yeah.
I was, the head thing. So those were real just tears because I was so nervous. But that was something that definitely wanted to see happen.
For Tucker, I guess, a lot of people are always like, when's he gonna find love? Like, when is he gonna meet that girl? And this season, that might happen. So that's something cool. So I think fans are really gonna like that whole
Don't see it coming.
But yeah.
For my character, I was hoping that Danny would tie the knot with Riley. So that's something that I'm hoping for in the future. Yeah.
It's a good one. And also, I love the relationship with Bonnie and Riley. It's that great mother-in-law. Like she's so hard on her. And Melissa and I have talked since season 1 of really wanting to have that breakthrough where the reason she's so hard on her is because she really loves her. So that was something that Melissa and I got to have this year.
Yeah,
too,
and I think that's what's so special about this season.
It's stuff we've always talked about wanting to do. We finally decided to.
And even though it's like, and I'm not just saying this, I think it's the funniest season we've done. It's also like the most grounded. I feel
and
like
heartfelt,
and heartfelt, and I think you don't get that in a lot of multicam sitcoms nowadays. And
it's not just setups and jokes.
Right.
Yeah.
It's story and character, and I think that scene with her, and when you see it, it's just like it was
it's
so,
for a comedy. I cried a lot this
it's so
season.
it's so
On
good.
screen and off. It was just a lot. Yeah, a lot was going on. I felt like I was really pregnant because I just fall apart with the drop of a hat. So.
And I kind of thought you were also, because you're wearing, like she was wearing it, the whole suit.
At all times.
At all times.
Yeah.
Even in rehearsals sometimes.
I would wear it in rehearsals once it got really big, and what Kat, our costume designer, and I discussed at the beginning of it is, well, first of all, it was a dream. It was an 11-week pregnancy. But you look at Derek, he's 6'5", 6'6", and so we wanted to make the joke that Riley is having a giant baby. And so the last prosthetic belly that we ordered was actually what someone would wear if they were having twins. So we thought that, and I asked her, because I don't have kids, and I also am not, really around anyone that's pregnant. So all of my bellies were weighted. So the last belly was like 15 pounds. So which was great. I loved it. I mean, I thought I would have a core at the end of it, but it didn't work out. But it really changes the way you walk, and you could hear me grunting every time I'm changing.
Well, there was the one scene too where I had to pick you up and run you out of the bar, and that's
you almost fell over.
I almost killed us. Yeah, because during rehearsal she's 65 pounds, and I could just throw her over my shoulder. But when we actually had to shoot it, she had this belly on. It's basically a backpack full of water. And I don't know what had happened. I was tired or something, and so I heaved her up and started running. running, and by the
Got a
third
little
take,
top
it was
heavy.
like we were going down.
That wall was there to
yeah,
catch us.
like I basically like ran myself into the wall and tried to make sure nobody died. So we're okay. No one got too bad. Yeah.
I have a question, Tahj. My husband is a huge fan of your fashion on the show. He'll watch it and be like, "Oh, I would wear that. I would wear that." Do you guys have any input at all in wardrobe that you wear on camera?
I say with Tucker, you know, each season it's gotten a little bit, you know, I've had more and more input, but he's always been that sort of put together, not afraid to tuck his shirt in, which it's not my favorite thing. And it's pretty
Always
funny.
have to tuck his
Yeah,
shirt
always Kat, all the props to Kat. She's amazing. And she makes it work, and I get that all the time, so I'm gonna tell Kat next time I see her, because I know she'd love that. But if you came on set, you'd probably hear someone come up to me a couple times and tell me to tuck my shirt in. Because I'm trying to get away with it, like maybe they won't see me and I can like have it out in this scene.
If you think Tucker's wardrobe is amazing, you should just go to Taj's house. Closet is just the dream. I'll go in there and pick out something to wear. What do you Can I wear this sweatshirt?
She has been cold at my house a few times, and she's borrowed sweatshirts.
I think you have some of the best wardrobes. We always joke that like most of our wardrobe budget goes to like Tucker's shoes.
If JL was here, he would tell us, he's always like, "Where's that from, Taj?" Oh, this is my Kohl's shirt here. You got
That's the same with me.
some
Cole's
Burberry over
t-shirts
there.
is
Whatever.
Cole's t-shirt is all that I wear in the show, basically.
It's just Tucker, you know, he likes looking good.
I really like the relationship between Bonnie and Tucker.
Yeah.
They're hilarious together.
Yeah,
You get
we
to
always
see-
say they secretly love
see
each
more
other.
of that.
Oh yeah, this season you definitely get
More
to
trouble?
see a lot more trouble. They're always in trouble.
I love it.
So yeah, definitely some more Tucker and Bon
Yeah, it's really fun.
shenanigans. Yeah.
Is any of that you, or is it really scripted to the word?
Like we were saying a little bit earlier, like if we, after a couple takes, if they feel like they've got it written, they'll let us go for it, you know, and if they don't yell cut, we'll just keep.
Can I throw out one example?
Yeah.
Or, I don't know if you saw the episode where Taj was trying to run away from Melissa, and on take 3, they're coming back from the airport or something, and she picks up a full-size suitcase. And
Oh yeah!
So it's stuff like that happens on the third day.
That's what we mean with Melissa specifically. You gotta be ready. You gotta be ready because it could also be painful. She's also known for just making out with extras.
Yes.
So like make out with you.
Every season, it's like almost like 3 times a season.
Yeah.
You make out with a stranger
She keeps-
that's not expecting it.
keeps us all-
You just grab someone at the bar. Yeah. Yeah. True story. It's true. Yeah. We're shocked
We
too.
can't get background to come on our show anymore.
We can't get background to show up.
She doesn't touch me, right?
Question. Do you plan to become a stay-at-home mom now with the baby, or are you gonna try to find a balance
Yeah,
between?
you know, that's one of the what I loved so much about some of my storylines this season is Riley is dealing with the fact that she's worried she's not going to get a promotion and be treated differently because she is pregnant, and she is a lawyer and loves her job and is good at her job, and there are kind of those conversations that are happening between her and Danny, with her boss, that she's so worried that by being a working mom that she's just going to screw it up. I mean, Danny is going to be the best dad, and he's so prepared and reading all the books, and so Riley really is emotional.
Or pretending to.
He's giving it his best shot.
Yeah, a lot of picture bugs.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I don't know if she would want. I think she wants to be a career mom. That's where we've left it. So who knows? But we'll see. Mr. Mom over there, who you don't know, but I think it was really, it was nice. Dan Berenson, our showrunner, we got to have a great conversation where he said, I know this is a comedy and, you know, there are jokes like throughout here, but this is a big, you know, an important subject that you shouldn't take lightly, and I'm so glad he said that to me, because I realized, you know, how many women go through that. So we'll see.
Before we move on to the luncheon, I wanted to point out